My song lyric process begins with an idea. It's as simple as that. Now, it's never a forced idea. The second thing that I do is then I begin to tell my story. And the way that I tell my story is I sing out every line of lyric. Now, while I'm writing or while I'm telling the story, I decide if I wanted to have an emotional connection or no connection emotionally at all. More, more times often than not, most of the songs that I have written, most of the song lyrics that I have written are not emotionally attached. They have no part of me within the lyrics. And that's just something that a lot of times I choose to do because those types of stories come naturally to me, as well as the theme of darkness, be it pain, loss, suffering, gothic romance, vampires, fallen angels, statues that cry tears of blood. Um, Humans falling in love with ghosts, things of that theme. And the advantage that I feel I have when I tell a story that has no emotional connection to me is most of my lyrics are somewhat dark. They're not happy because they're not meant to be. And that means that I can go to a dark place without physically or without mentally taking myself into that part of darkness. But that's just me. Um, Now the other thing that I'm not too much focused on when I'm telling the story is, do the lyrics rhyme? That doesn't matter to me. If they do, fantastic. If they don't, so be it. Not a big deal. The other thing that I also do not think about until towards the end of the song is the name of the song. I don't focus on anything like that before I start. I usually come up with the title for the song near the end of the storytelling. And another thing that can happen and has happened is if you are telling a story and you get to a point in the story where you lose focus or you have reached a point where you feel you have nothing left to tell, then what I do is either I stop and take a break or I start figuring out a different way to reword the lyrics so that potentially the next part of the story can continue. Now, if I decide to take a break, usually what I do is I leave the song be for probably about 5 days to a week. And after I come back, if there's still nothing left to tell, I scrap the song and I start completely over. And in my case, more times often than not, the new story that I'm telling ends up being twice as good as the previous one that I was working on. And that is my story telling song lyric process.